Hey, today I'm going to talk to you about this granite top pedestal that I made. So some time ago I salvaged these columns and I cut them into thirds. This is about, I'm going to guess, 2.5 feet tall. And this one is the base and I painted it black. Now what I'm doing there with that water putty is mixing up kind of a peanut butter consistency to smear on this black pedestal to give it some texture. The idea is to make it look like bark, so you'll see my process in that next. So I painted brown and then I touched it up with black, so it kind of looks like bark to me. Sorry, I had a Space Cadet moment and did not film it. I work on several projects at the same time, so it got lost in the shuffle. Sorry. So this is the underside of the granite, and I'm gonna paint that with a urethane. That's what I'm doing now. But that piece in the middle actually is very secure and glued onto the granite base. And that sits inside of this column that I've just turned into a tree-like look. This piece of wood is going to go down inside of this pedestal here. There's a hole in it. So I've got a couple of other pedestal granite tops. I'll show you one of those. But I just like the cleaner look of the urethane on here, and it's actually got too much and it won't soak in, so I'm just gonna take some of it off and throw it out. I don't normally throw things out, but whatever. But the pedestal will go down around this thing, and then I will glue it, but I will also put some screws in that pedestal, and that'll even secure it better. I used to make granite trivets, and I would put this urethane on the bottom of them, and I would chamfer and sand all the edges, and it just took a lot of time to do it, and they're quite heavy. And then I got to the point where everybody was making these things, and they weren't doing any of these extra steps I was doing. Not the urethane, not the sanding, and they sort of killed the market because they were making substandard products, and you know, and it's also possible that the market was flooded, but I stopped making them, partly because they're so heavy, and I got tired of lugging them around. So that looks much better than that white stuff. So this is the day after it dries. It looks a lot better in person, closer to what the top looks like. This is obviously the top. And I will be sanding down the edges on this, as well as putting something called top coat on it, which I will show you in a minute. And top coat is typically meant for resin, but I'm just scraping off some drips there from the urethane. But top coat is mainly made for resin, but I thought I'm going to try it on this because there was some really light superficial scratches and I wanted to kind of fill it, and this stuff works great for that. Top coat, Stone Coat Countertops makes it, or they sell it anyway, and if you just go to Stone Coat countertops.com. I'm sure you'll find it there. This that I'm going to put on is glossy, and the granite's kind of glossy, so I think it'll look really nice. So I need 2/3 of this and 1/3 of this. Third of this, 2/3 of this, and I'm gonna guess, but it doesn't really require much. So that was 2 squeezes. Let's see if I can get 2 squeezes out of this. Okay, actually, a third of a squeeze, yeah. So I'm just thinking that's gonna be enough. Stir it up, it says for 2 to 3 minutes, so I can set the timer on my watch. I use this big bowl because I'm going to dip that roller in here. Also say to put a little water in it because you can see it's kind of thick. And from past experience, it leaves like globby things. You don't want that. You want to get rid of that. So I'm not sure why it did that, but it did. So they say 10% water. Again, it's a guess. I've used this top coat in the past couple of projects, and anyway, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel. It's called Resin Projects, and you can see other kinds of resin projects that I've done, a couple of countertops where I have used this, and you'll see how nicely it goes on. I mean, you can see it here, but just if you want to see other things, help yourself. Put the top coat on here. I have never done it on granite, so I'm hoping it turns out good. We'll see. You'll be the first to see. Well, I will, then I'll show you. So this is not dry yet. I don't think that'll show. No. Anyway, it's looking great, and it really cleaned it up and made it beautiful. And when it dries, it'll be absolutely stunning. The underside, on the underside I will glue this piece into this inside, and then put a couple of screw in here, one on the other side, and that should secure this to this pedestal. And there it is. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and YouTube seems to like it when you do that too. Thanks so much.